Hey guys, this is my fifth gaming video for the video game class, and today I picked Super Mario, um, or just Mario Bros. My bad. I think this is the first game in the Mario franchise, and it was designed by Nintendo as an arcade game in 1983. This particular game, Mario Bros. It was designed by Gunpei Yokoi. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But at that time in the 80s, um, he was one of the best game designers, um, period. I mean, he developed many good games. So it doesn't surprise me that his hand was on the Mario franchise at some point, because it is one of the most popular and well sought after and played video game franchises of all time. Let's get into what the Mario Bros. Is and what you do. Basically, it's the main characters are Mario and his brother Luigi, and basically you're like these Italian, you're these two Italian brothers, and you're exterminating creatures and vermin that are coming out of like the sewers. They're like, they're coming out of the sewers, spawning out of the sewers, and you're basically like jumping on them and kicking them and knocking them off the map to get rid of them and kill them and progress. Now, I haven't played through enough of Mario Bros. To see. I'm not big on this franchise, so I don't know everything about it. I've looked it up and learned a little bit, but see, I know like in the later games, like there's a storyline, and like that Mario is like in love with the princess or whatever her name is. See, I don't know if it goes into detail in this first Mario Bros. Game. See, I think they might have went into detail later on once that game blew up and got popular. But this very first game, I think it's literally just like you're just like progressing through the stages and fighting enemies, see how high of a score you can get, because it's an arcade game at that time. But yeah, you're just jumping up on the columns. You're knocking down the enemies. Like the main enemy that's tough to fight is the turtles, because you gotta knock them on their back. You gotta jump on their shells, knock them on their back, and then you can use them as a weapon. You can kick them, and they'll slide down and take out other enemies and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, the first Super Mario is not very complex because, like I said, it's an arcade game, and really almost every single arcade game. The point of an arcade game back then in the 80s was to see how high of a score you can get. I mean, that's what arcade games were for during the 80s. You go into an arcade in the mall, and that's what you're going in there for. You would go on the game that was most popular or whatever game you wanted to play, I guess. But most kids would probably want to play the most popular game. I'm sure Mario Bros. Was probably up there with the rest of them. And you'd get on there and see how high of a score you can get. And in this game, Super Mario, you're just progressing through the stages. As you progress through the stages, it gets harder, and you just earn more points. It's similar to like a Galaga style. You just keep going. You keep getting points. You keep fighting harder and harder waves, and eventually you're gonna die. But that's the gist of it. You're fighting these things coming out of the sewers. You can run from them. You can run into one side of the sewer and come out the other side of the map. Kind of like the asteroids deal that I was talking about in my very first video. You can kind of go through one side of the map, come out the other side. And there's a lot of color to the game. For 1983, there's a lot of color, there's a lot of music, a lot of sound effects. So that definitely helps. That makes the game a little bit more immersive and just exciting to play. Because like I said, what Asteroids came out with the late 70s, there was no color. It's black and white, barely, any kind of like sound effects. There was only like music playing, and just wasn't something that I could stick to playing very long. But this game, Mario Bros, is very interesting. It's got a storyline to it. Like I said, I don't know if they went into much detail in this first game, but in the franchise itself, there is a larger story to the game, and I think that helps make the game more desirable. So that's about it for Super Mario Bros. It's pretty straightforward. It's addicting too. I mean, I know if you're wanting to get that high score or whatever, you'd play it for hours on end. I think you get 3 lives, and I think you can get lives back as you progress. I'm pretty sure you can actually. I haven't played it in a long time, like I said, so I had to, jog my memory back a little bit. But as far as I can remember, that's kind of how the game works. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment in the comment section. Thanks.